You may have seen Stephan or Meet Kevin's video on their problem with Gary Vaynerchuk. This video will be a response to their videos, as well as go over my opinion on Gary, the good, bad, and misunderstood parts. And yes, I am a big Gary Vee fan. I love his content, and you can see my comments on his videos all the time. Let's begin. If you are watching this, you most likely know who Gary Vee is. He is known for the hustle and grind, self-awareness, patience, loving the process, and putting your head down while ignoring the noise. Graham's video talks about how Gary promotes all this hustling, but working hard non-stop will lead to burnout. Graham has been through the hustle non-stop phase, and it made him miserable. I agree with some parts of the video, like people can hustle less by realizing what actually helps build their income and cutting back on the things that don't, as well as how taking breaks actually help with creative work. I also agree with how you should learn with an open mind and only take certain pieces of advice you agree with. But it seems that Graham ignored Gary's message about self-awareness. Gary is big on self-awareness and says what's true for him and what works for him. Recently, Gary has been pushing for self-awareness more than the hustle mentality, since people are perceiving his message wrong. The reason why Gary pushed hard for hustling is that most people can't have fun and work hard early on in the process, so they need to cut things out and focus on work if they want to succeed. Kevin from Meet Kevin also released a video that is a response to Graham's, saying the problem with Gary is us, the viewers. We misunderstand his true message. The community thinks that the message is grind and hustle for the sake of making money. But the true message is one of grind and hustle if you, within yourself, establish that grinding and hustling will make you pursue your own dreams, realities, and ambition. Money should not be the end goal. Live life relative to your own goals and ambitions. Kevin's video hits a lot more of the key points and understands Gary's message. Being fulfilled by work and legacy is the end game. Gary's daily vlogs even open up with that in the intro. I just want to be happy, man. Okay, so Kevin knows his stuff, and his video was pretty spot on. On to my opinion about Gary's content. Gary has a lot of good content out and gives great practical advice, not just for life, but for any business, social media related. The best part is that there isn't some upsell. This man knows his stuff about social media marketing because his company deals with that stuff. His channel is also great for motivational content because he has a lot of pep to him. His short videos are great for motivation if you ever need a wake-up call. If you think his videos are too long and still want to get value out of his content, follow him on Instagram. He posts often, but each post always adds some sort of value. It's great for small doses of Gary's knowledge. Before I get into the negatives, I want to talk about the misunderstood part. Some people say that putting your head down and not worrying about the grand scheme is not the ideal way to go about business. Gary advises putting your head down so that you don't get bogged down by your lack of success, so that in turn, you don't sabotage your actual success. The people that don't agree with putting your head down think it's childish and you should face the truth and use it as fuel for motivation. The truth is that most people don't have that power of redirection and an optimistic view of life. It requires a strong sense of self-awareness, something Gary is trying to promote. Putting your head down is actually great sound advice for Gary's target audience. And that is one of the biggest misconceptions about Gary besides his main message. Some of the people watching his content don't know who he is targeting and trying to help. He is mostly targeting people who are starting an entrepreneurship and don't know what to expect. That is why he preaches about self-awareness, patience, enjoying the process, and hustling. He wants them to understand how entrepreneurship works and to get them to take action. This is not to say that he doesn't have good advice for more advanced entrepreneurs, but if you consume a lot of his content, you will notice that there's a lot of repeat advice. It is designed so that the viewer will take action. He even says it in some of his vlogs that at some point, you should stop watching all of his vlogs and take action, because you already have the knowledge to start from watching his content. Another misconception is that he's the go-to source to learn social media. That is simply not true because he doesn't teach a lot of the technical stuff. That is not how his content works. He shows a lot of decision making because that's the entrepreneurial skill he is trying to teach. He also shows a lot of the networking stuff and how to communicate. Because it's like he says, people are the ROI of life. If you want all the technical stuff, like how to run Facebook ads or things in that nature, you gotta look somewhere else. Finally, the last misconception is that he's a loudmouth, arrogant, know-it-all, pushy, really intense. The reason why he comes off that way to you, if you are not a genuine hater or a troll, is that he is fearless in everything he does. He has that motivation that will get him through the tough times. It helped him start from the bottom and climb to the top without losing his passion. The reason why you think of him like that is because he reminds you that you can do so much more. All of his content evokes emotion in you so that you sway to two extremes. You either love the man or hate him. If you really paid attention to his content, you would know that he's a really humble person. Finally, let's go into the negatives. While he has great free advice, the real gems are in his YouTube videos, which are oftentimes long and full of vlog content before you reach the good advice. That's really it, honestly, because if you are not a fan and only came for his advice, you're not going to have a good time going through the vlog stuff. While the Instagram has good short content, it's great mostly for motivation and keeping you focused. But it's like I said, the real gems are in the YouTube videos. You will need to go through a bunch of minutes to get some of the good practical advice. If this turns you off, there are other business and financial channels that you can turn to. One thing to note, a bunch of people say that his older content is a lot more packed with information, but there's just so much content to go through. Watching all of Gary's stuff is like a full-time job. So if you watched his older stuff, do let me know how it changed. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have any video ideas, comment them down below.